And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Today we're taking a look at the Dwarf King. This is a trick-taking game. There's plenty of those out there, but this one is designed by Bruno Faidutti. Now, Mr. Faidutti is known for chaos in his games, and this one is no different, although I would argue that it's a bit controlled in this game. In the Dwarf King, there is only 3 suits of cards. So there's 3 suits, there's different cards, there's different schools. Is it total chaos? What is going on in this game? Let's take a look. There is a deck of cards that goes from 2 to Ace. Ace is the high card in this game, and there's 3 suits. And each suit is both a color and a type. For example, the green ones are the dwarves, and the blue ones are the knights, and the red ones are goblins. And so you have, the royalty has different artwork on them, but for the most part, they're distinguished by a color and kind of the coat of arms that they have. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to deal these out evenly to the players, whether you're playing with 3 or 4 players, and then you're going to, before you do each round, you're going to look at who has the 5s. The 5 of each suit matters. First of all, whoever has the red 5 is going to lead each trick. And the way tricks are in this game is you can play any card from your hand. You don't have to play the 5. And everyone else must play the same color card as you, if possible. If they don't, they can play any card they want. And then whoever plays the highest color of the card that was led wins that trick. There's no trump in this game. The green one is the dealer. Whoever takes the green 5 over the course of a round is going to be the dealer for the next round. And then the blue 5, whoever has that one, is going to choose which quest on the quest tile, or which law you're going to pick. There's a bunch of quest tiles, and you'll turn it over, and there's 2 possibilities, and whoever has the blue 5 is going to pick which of these laws comes into play. For example, this one you might get 1 point for every royal and for each knight you take. So for every blue and for every royal card, you're going to get a point, and blue knights are 2 points, or you can lose 1 for every royal and every knight, and whoever takes the blue 5 is going to determine which of those they start with. Let's look at some other ones here. Another possibility here is 1 point for every knight, or 1 point for every goblin, or this one here, 3 points for every king, but minus 3 points if you win a queen, or the opposite. Or possibly 1 point for each trick you take, or minus 1 for each trick you take, or possibly plus 1 point for every dwarf. 8 and 9s of the dwarves are 2 points, and so on and so forth. So that's basically what's going to happen. Now, that being said, there is also a bunch of special cards, and you're going to have 1 of these per round. And these cards might be a 1, which is lower than a 2, but has a special ability. After this trick, swap your hand with another player of your choice. There's 11s, which are between jacks and 10s. The player who takes this card doubles his score for this hand, whether positive or negative. There are special weird ones. The mummy is a copy of the card that took the last trick. And there's a special ace trump. There's different ones, but you're only going to be using 1 of these per round. So you pull the special card, you read it to everybody so they know what happens with that card, and you shuffle it in the cards and deal them out. Then one person picks the quest or the law that comes into play, you play the trick, you take down the points. After 7 rounds of play, whoever has the most points is the winner. One more thing, you might laugh at this, but I really like the box for this. Put the rules in and fold it. Has a magnet. Very easy. I like that. I can shake it around. Everything fits inside nice and neatly. You may think that's no big deal, but with all these card games, you try to shove the cards back in a box. It's nice that one of them does this for a change. That is the Dwarf King of all boxes. Now, I like most trick-taking games, so my opinion of this, trick-taking plus Bruno Faidutti, woo! You know, that's a fun thing for me, and so I knew before I even played it that I was going to like it. But I have to give a real reasons that I like it, and I think there's several of those. One of the reasons that I enjoy the game is the fact that you never know what you're going to be trying to do each turn. So in a trick-taking game, you assess a situation. This is what I'm going to try to do. This is what tricks I'm going to take. But all that is changed by two things. One, by the law that you're trying to accomplish, and two, by the special card that's thrown into the mix. Now, there can be some confusion, not confusion, but some probably, man, you got the special card again, because getting the special card is usually a good thing to get. The thing about this game that I find interesting is that it can go south. I mean, it's very possible, if people pick laws that constantly force people to get negative points, for this game to end with really low scores. Okay, that's fun and funny, as long as everyone knows how the game works. It's not as strategic as some trick-taking games are. You could just get a big handful of cards that are worthless, especially with the law, and things go on. So that's okay. You just pick it up and go. But the entertainment factor is high. The artwork is very well done. And since the combination of law and the combination of cards played will be different all the time, this can be very entertaining and fun. The Dwarf King.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.